scene leader here in the blue. The scene leader is going to be overall in charge of the repair efforts. So even if he gets in there and he finds out that we need shoring or pipe patching, he's still going to be in charge of that as well as the fire. Right? So right now we think that there might be a fire on the other side of this door. This is the way we're going to access every space, even if we're going all the way to the other side of the ship where we know the fire is, we're still going to access every space like this as we're going, even the airlocks. Right? So we're going to have the access man, which is the first man on the hose behind the nozzle, come up. They're going to get permission to access the space from the repair locker. Right. The reason we're going to ask permission to access the space is we don't think that there's anything here, but if we took a missile hit or if we hit something, we don't know if this space is filled with water, but the repair locker or DC Central might know. So we don't want to access it if we already know that it's messed up. We'd have to go around. Right? So he's got permission to access the space. The nozzle, the hose team's going to turn on their hose and they're going to do an agent test because you don't want to go into a space that could be on fire if your hose doesn't work, right? So they're going to charge the hose slowly. Don't actually charge the hose. So he's going to open the bail and he's going to cycle all the way through, all the way to wide angle, which we did out there for the hose demo, and then all the way back to solid stream, and then probably to narrow angle fog, which is the first thing you guys did when we were out there, right? So the access space. Alright, so they got permission to access the space. He's going to look through the porthole, see if there's any obvious signs of fire or flooding, whatever.
No fire, no flooding.
No fire, no flooding. Alright, now he's going to, because the fire might have been in there, it might have just burned itself out and it's just waiting for some oxygen, he's going to check and see if there's any heat. So he's going to take out the back of his glove and he's going to use the back of his hand about half an inch away from the door, and he's going to go in a Z pattern from top to bottom. This is so if he burns himself, it's on the back of his hand, and he's still some use to the hose team. If he burns the palm of his hand, he can't hold anything anymore. So he's going to report.
The door is cool.
The door is cool, right? So the whole hose team acknowledges. He's going to slowly open the door until the dogs, the holders on the outside, are no longer holding the weight of the door. And he's going to shake it. This is once again to equalize the pressure. Yeah. So there's a fire inside and it's getting oxygen. It's not going to explode out like in backdraft, and it's not going to suck in. And either way, he'll have positive control of the door to where he can close it again if he needs to, and then they can reassess the situation. So now, last dog. So the whole hose team gets down. Now he knows that there's not very much control left of the door. He's going to open the door, and he's going to get the hell out of the way. Right? This is so if there is a fire, he's not going to get hurt. The nozzleman can go up and knock down the fire if there is a fire, and the team leader can see if there is a fire. Because remember, the nozzleman's not going to be able to see. The only guy that can see is the team leader. Alright? Once they assess that there's no damage, they can access the space and continue on their way. Alright. Any questions?